Okay, welcome back. This is going to be part 2 of Let's Play Project Firestart. We're at the computer and the laboratory of the Prometheus, and let's continue with the messages here. Red alert, red alert. Creatures from Firestart labs have broken out of the containment. All personnel, man your stations. This is not a drill. Breaking out was the previous room that we saw. I'll go back in there for a second, I guess. Weekly routine maintenance report. Pending. Broken nucleus glass. New waste pod full. That new waste pod pool is again, it seems maybe obscure and useless information, but it's actually a hint of how you're supposed to beat this game the best possible ending. Docking bay 1 activity detected. That would actually be you arriving. Okay, so let's go back to main menu because that's the end of messages, and go to the Firestart notes. Today the genetic reshaping project began. Our goal is to produce a mining worker. This worker must be strong, docile, and able to work in rare atmospheric conditions, less than 0.4 micrograms of oxygen per liter. He must also be extremely tolerant of sub-zero temperatures down to negative 25 degrees Celsius. As per the GLL, this entity must not be capable of further cloning or replication. The auxin DNA and accompanying material have been sub-micro-cloned, reshaped, and recombined with the chromosomes of the asteroid belt fungi, E. coromina. If my hypothesis is correct, this will provide the needed strength, atmospheric, and temperature tolerances. Primary cell has successfully undergone initial mitosis. Chromosomes along the equatorial plate are properly lined up on the spindle fibers are present. When I was playing this game, I think it was during the time I was in like 5th and 6th grade in elementary school, and that's when you were studying like about mitosis and cells and all that kind of stuff, and I was kind of interested in that kind of stuff. So maybe another reason why this game was so interesting, and I liked it at the time. I thought it was pretty cool, and the genetic engineering and stuff. I used to want to be a geneticist when I was a kid. Okay, the blastola has formed. If the embryo can make it past the early neural plate stage, will be out of the woods. Success. An early neural plate with a true notochord is present in proper location of the meso, endo, and ectoderm confirmed. The reshaping was successful. I christen the new entity a Promeravite 8. The embryo is now visible to the naked eye. All nervous and organ systems are undergoing expected development. Today, the transfer from highly controlled culture to the life support tubes was a success. Embryos are growing at an incredible rate and now weigh 20.46 kilograms. At this rate, the birthing process will occur in about 3 weeks. Today, we have underwent successful removal of the first embryo from life support to an oxygen-based environment. Species has picked up the nickname Fred. Fred now weighs 203.43 kilograms and is ready for stress test. Fred died from stress test at negative 5 degrees Celsius. This setback was entirely unexpected since the E. coromina genetic material should have provided temperature tolerance. The docility of A. Promeravite 8 is not what it should be. Since the death of Fred, we've had to move the other suspects into the heavy restraint and sedation situation to continue stress testing. Specimen's strength is incredible, measuring up to 1,500 kilograms per square centimeter. That does seem pretty strong. Sid and Marty have succumbed to further stress tests, signaling the near complete failure of Firestart. Strangely, too much oxygen killed Sid. Slightly higher than background radiation destroyed Marty. So, again, it's giving you hints of how to kill these monsters by reading these notes. You can learn of ways to weaken the monsters, which is kind of good thing because the standard laser gun that you have is really weak. You sit there and shoot and shoot. Anyways, also as you can see, there's a lot of scientific stuff in here. It's actually pretty much all very accurate. Just goes to show you that the designers put a lot of effort into this game and researched and whatnot. Jack broke his shackles today and began pounding on the carbon glass in the firebox. Sedation gas is no longer effective. We can't bring Jack under control long enough to destroy him. I don't know how much longer the firebox will hold him. Jack just broke out of the firebox. May mankind forgive me for what I have done. I can't pronounce that. Can rap even those letters, obviously he's like dying when he's typing that or whatever, or maybe he's speaking it and it's a voice recorded message, I don't know. But if it is typing it, if you look at your keyboard, you can kind of see how if he had both of his hands on the keyboard, especially the home row, and he was pulled away or something, how he would accidentally hit those keys. But anyways, there's another hint here. He's basically telling us that even though in the early messages that whatever the GLL doesn't authorize genetic experiments creatures to be able to replicate, he's telling us or somebody that they can replicate. So anyways, that's it for the messages, so we can go ahead and log out. Okay, let's just go back. I talked about the firebox. And I can show you. That was this room right here. Unfortunately, there's a graphic glitch up on the top half there. You can see where the glass is broken from the nodes and the total breakout occurring by the door. You can't go in there though. So we got the videotape, we got some ID cards. Really, we were just supposed to set self-destruct and leave, but there's a couple of other things we'll do here. And now we have the ominous music playing. But first, we're gonna go in here so I can show you the med lab. And normally to get health back, there's like health med kits stationed around the spaceship. But this thing right here, this energizer, if for whatever reason you're playing this game for a really long time and you have no more health kits, it still doesn't mean if you lose health you're screwed, because you have this energizer which is pretty much unlimited, and it'll regenerate you back to full health. Which, by the way, this little green arrows on the bottom left is your health. The ones in the middle is the laser gun that you're currently holding, and you have a clock on the right with the little joystick icon on the far right. Okay, so let's go face those monsters for the first time here. There it is. I thought those monsters were kind of freaky when I was a kid. And kind of cool too. Okay, I guess I'll go ahead and go up there. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna go up there. I lied. I'm gonna do some more exploring from here. There's more stuff down that hallway, but on the right. But let's first go ahead and go down to level 1. And this is a good place to end the video as well. So see you next time.